The maintenance bay of Station Kepler hummed with the familiar sounds of plasma welders and hydraulic lifts. Marcus Rodriguez wiped grease from his hands as he examined the sleek, obsidian hull of the diplomatic vessel that had limped into their orbital facility 3 hours ago. The ship's design defied human engineering principles, curves where humans would use angles, organic flowing lines instead of rigid geometry. "Never seen anything like this propulsion matrix," his partner Elena Vasquez muttered, her augmented reality visor casting blue light across her weathered face. She gestured at the holographic display floating above her workstation. "The quantum entanglement drives are using a crystalline lattice I can't even identify." The alien diplomat, who had introduced himself as Ambassador Kethmore, observed from a respectful distance. His elongated humanoid form stood nearly 8 feet tall, with skin that seemed to shift between silver and deep blue depending on the light. Most unsettling were his eyes, large, multifaceted orbs that tracked their every movement with mechanical precision. "The damage appears to be in the tertiary navigation cluster," Marcus called out, running his scanner over a section where the hull showed microscopic fractures. "Whatever hit you really scrambled your guidance systems." Kethmore's response came through the universal translator with that characteristic slight delay. "Micrometeorite storm in the Proxima Drift." "We were caught unprepared." Elena frowned at her readings. "That's weird." "Marcus, come look at this." She had opened an access panel, revealing what should have been the ship's computer core. Instead of the expected alien circuitry, they found something that made both mechanics step back in surprise. Organic tissue, pulsing with bioluminescent patterns, interfaced seamlessly with crystalline processors and fiber optic networks. "Is this biological computing?" Marcus asked, his voice barely a whisper. "More than that," Elena breathed, adjusting her scanner's sensitivity. "These neural pathways are incredibly complex. It's not just a biocomputer, it's a brain. A massive, integrated consciousness." They worked in focused silence for the next 2 hours, carefully rerouting damaged neural pathways and replacing fractured crystal matrices. The organic components responded to their touch with subtle color changes, almost as if the system were aware of their presence. As Marcus connected the final repair interface, the entire ship suddenly thrummed with renewed energy. Lights cascaded along the hull in wave patterns, and the ambient hum shifted to a higher frequency. "Excellent work," Kethmore said, approaching them with what might have been relief in his alien posture. "The ship reports full functionality restored." Elena packed her tools, still puzzled by what they'd encountered. "Ambassador, I have to ask, that wasn't just a computer we repaired, was it?" Kethmore's large eyes seemed to focus more intently, and for a moment, his translator remained silent. When he finally spoke, his words carried an unexpected weight. "You are perceptive, Engineer Vasquez. Among my people, the distinction between individual and vessel is less clear than humans might expect." Marcus looked up sharply from his diagnostic tablet. "Wait, are you saying the ship is alive?" "In a manner of speaking." Kethmore's skin shifted to deeper blue tones. "We integrate our consciousness with our vessels for long-range travel. It allows for intuitive navigation and instantaneous decision-making across interstellar distances." Elena's eyes widened as the implications hit her. "So when we repaired the ship's brain, you repaired mine as well?" Kethmore's admission hung in the air like a confession. "The micrometeorite damage affected not just navigation, but portions of my integrated memory and cognitive processes. I have been operating at diminished capacity since the incident." The mechanics exchanged glances, suddenly understanding the weight of what they'd accomplished. "There is one final step," Kethmore continued, his voice carrying an almost vulnerable tone. "The integration requires a complete system restart to synchronize properly." "In your terminology." He paused, his multifaceted eyes reflecting the bay's lights like prisms. "Can you reboot me?" Marcus stared at the diagnostic console, his finger hovering over the system restart command, realizing they weren't just fixing a machine. They were about to resurrect a mind that spanned both flesh and starship, individual and vessel, in ways humanity was only beginning to comprehend.